All right, YouTube, I have you got a second to chitty chat. I hope I closed my garage. I think I did. Let me double check here. Resentment is to feel bitterness or indignation towards a circumstance or a person. Watching a show, you guys know I like to watch my reality shows. And this is a show called 90 Day Fiancé in reverse, where you have the Americans applying for what they need to apply for, visas, to go and be with their significant others overseas. I noticed a couple couples. Now remember, this is all about making relationships stronger and how to, I got it. I closed it. How to avoid certain situations in a relationship. This particular couple was a same-sex couple, female, and one lady was working in America. The other was already overseas, and the lady that was working in America was going through the process of moving the stuff out of her apartment. She also had to apply for a $20,000 loan so that her and her fiance, I don't think they were married, but so that they can buy a van and travel Europe and live happily ever after. So she's moving out her apartment. She is applying for the loan for $20,000, and she's already going. She was already looking to sell her vehicle. To make a long story short, she had, because they came up short because the US dollar isn't as strong as it is once it crosses over to Europe. It's actually weaker. And the exchange rate, blah, blah, blah. This woman said the word, I resent. I am resenting. Whether she was resenting her move or resenting the person, she was saying, I resent the fact that I am doing all of this work. I'm working remotely. I am providing financial resources. I've got to sell my vehicle. I've got to do A, B, and C. She was beginning to resent the fact that she was doing all this stuff financially, and the other person, her fiance or girlfriend, was taking the carefree approach, doing a minimum amount of work. She said, I'm beginning to resent it. And when she finally showed up to Europe, she had the biggest attitude. She cocked the biggest attitude. And I could understand why. Usually the person that is male or female in a business relationship, whoever is assuming the most financial responsibility is who's ever assuming the financial responsibility, the heaviest of the load, they are going to start to feel resentment because they are saying, hey, I am doing all of these things and it's backed by dollars. Go back to my previous YouTube on why this happens. It does not happen with not only male to female. It does not happen, it doesn't happen if they look at the other person as, pulling their share. Like the other woman was like, well, I cook. And she was like, whoop-de-doo. Because she can cook for herself. She came from a life of having bubble baths, and she's doing, if we can, provide that for ourselves. She was like, I can. What she was saying is, do something for me that I can't do myself. I mean, yeah, I can provide money for myself, but now you're in the equation. So I need to see you put in a conscious effort, I don't know if she didn't have a job or whatever, but for some reason she began to feel that resentment. I have witnessed in my lifetime, and I also have been a part of that resentment feeling. I told my wife, and I'm quite honest, hey, I resent A, B, C, and D. And I had to get it off my chest. My previous relationship, I didn't say that I resent so-and-so. It just built up. Usually when you have that person that's getting up, that's, got to go face the elements, that's got to go do this, that's got to go do that, and the other person is taking, for lack of a better term, the back seat. And I've seen this happen in marriages. I've seen this happen with marriages the other way around, where the man is taking the back seat. Oh yeah, I got a cousin, 2 cousins, three, tres. Men taking the back seat, and they start to feel this resentment as where they cannot stand the person that they are with. I can't stand this person. I can't stand because they feel how can I put this? They feel they love the person, but they can't stand them. They feel like they are being, in their words, I feel like I'm being used. I feel like I am doing this, and I've got to come home and do this, and I got to do this, while this person is just sitting there singing Kumbaya. I feel like I'm being used, and this builds up resentment, whether they're being used or not. I also put in a previous post that you're supposed to be used in the relationship. You're supposed to. But whoever is using you has got, I am using this vehicle to go back and forth to work, but I've got to make sure the oil is changed. I got to make sure the maintenance is kept up to date. I got to pay for the registration to drive it. They start to feel like they're being used. And this is an unavoidable feeling. And that person begins to feel this thing called resentment. What are some of the things that you can do in order to not feel so-called resentment? Stay tuned for this in my next video. Like, subscribe, hit the share notification, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.